Welcome to the Call Guys podcast, co-hosted by Kevin Hopp and Ronen. This podcast is all about sales development and the art and science of building high-performing outbound sales teams. Tune in weekly to hear live cold calls and also to hear Kevin and Ronen interview some of the top names in sales development. Let's dive right into this week's episode and see what we can learn. This episode is brought to you by Connect and Sell, your live conversation weapon. Teams that use Connect and Sell average 5 to 10 times more live conversations every day with their prospects. As a cold calling consultant, I've used every platform out there, and simply put, Connect and Sell is the Cadillac of the sales acceleration space. If you haven't tried it out, your team can try it for free by clicking the link in the show notes below.
Ooh, yeah,
We're
gotta love that intro, man. I'm so pumped up from that. Let's go.
We should start every day that way. Just like for our first meeting of the day, just play like an intro video, like.
I think just like top of the hour, every hour, just play it.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait. You guys don't start every day that way? Come on. Are you kidding me?
Turns out I do not start every day that way. But I wanted to give a warm welcome to the internet out there. We are the Call Guys, Kevin Hopp and Ronen. We are joined today by Chet Lovegren. Let's give a quick round of applause.
One and only Chet.
The sales doctor. If you guys don't follow Chet, you should be following Chet. Without further ado, let's give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Connect and Sell. If you guys haven't heard of Connect and Sell, it is your conversation weapon. We're going to be using Connect and Sell to simply click and wait to have live conversations in our ear. It makes going outbound effortless, connects you to prospects in your target market rapidly without interruption. Yeah. We're going to be using that on the back end. We're going to make some live cold calls today. How are we feeling, boys?
Stoked. Let's do it.
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited.
Before we jump in, let's talk a little bit. Let's go around the horn. Who are we calling? What are we talking about today? Let's start with you, Ronen. Who are you going to be calling?
All right, I've got two lists, different personas. The first one is founders at early stage companies. I'm going to be positioning the Call Guys service where we help companies build. We call it, instead of outsourcing, we call it insourcing. We insource your SDR team for you. We show up as fractional SDR managers, help you build out the team. So you have it right the first time, get it right, and have them predictably generate pipeline for you in an outbound fashion. So that's going to be my persona, bucketed into one list. And if I happen to get through that one, I've got a second one ready to go for a second service that we have here.
Love that. Chet, what about you, my man? Who are you calling? What are you talking about? It's important context for the audience.
I'm calling my favorite buying persona, sales leaders who love to be cold called a certain way, talk to a certain way. You got to fit their formality. I miss the old days of calling law firms and dental offices where they didn't know all the tricks and tactics and crap that we do and weren't scrutinizing every time you made a call. So I have the lovely task of doing that. Essentially, my value prop is that everybody let go of a bunch of people, no new marketing initiatives, no new tech or training implemented. Boards are going, where the hell's our pipeline? And then everybody's, I got an idea. Let's just increase everybody's quotas. Because if you're like me and you're overweight, and you're trying to lose. Yeah, if you're like me, you're overweight and you're trying to lose weight and you have this weight loss goal and you're not hitting it. All you have to do is increase that goal, guys. And then you'll magically start getting to the gym every day and avoiding nachos on Sundays with the family and saying no to Ben & Jerry's ice cream. That's how it works. Don't you guys know? I want to be a millionaire. I'm not hitting that goal. Well, be a trillionaire. And now you're going to become a millionaire. We're helping companies essentially walk into board meetings at the end of the quarter being met with praise instead of scrutiny.
Love that, Chet. Will you tell us a little bit more about what you do as the sales doctor? Give a little bit of background for the audience.
Yeah, I call it like a PLG model, but typically the thing we do is we like to go into companies and help enable their teams with the curriculum that they have, because curriculum at companies, for whether you're talking about SDRs or AEs doing discovery to close or even sales leadership, it's typically just a hodgepodge of experiences, a big old melting pot of different methods and tactics. So we come in with a tried and true curriculum and actually help them understand things using the science behind how the brain works. If anybody's ever heard of the forgetting curve, 87% of what someone learns is gone within 30 days. So these 12-week university programs that people pay thousands of dollars for, they forget the foundation in week 5 when they're talking about advanced principles. And then video library content. Grant Cardone's got so much content that you could watch it every single day, 10 minutes a day for the rest of your life, but nobody's really ever going through all that content and retaining all that information. So we try to provide training and consulting the way that the brain actually works and enact that. We have a lot of cool little things that we like to talk about in discovery calls that I won't share here just because I don't want everybody copying my style, man. I don't want somebody downloading one of my sales sequences again and then selling it on Etsy for $20 from a link on their TikTok.
On Etsy?
I know who you are. That's a call.
Oh my God.
Smoke. I know who you are. I see it.
Boris, this is Ronen Pessar with the Call Guys. How have you been? Oh, yeah. I'm totally happy to send you that email. Is there a better time for me to try you? Okay, sure. You got it, Boris. I got for your guys' faces. There you are. Hello. I got hello, who is this? And did the intro. I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of something right now. It was the CEO of a company, actually here in San Diego, Kevin.
Oh, hey, this is Kevin with the Call Guys. Sunir, how you doing? Hello, Sunir? Ooh, you know what we're going to do here? You know what I'm about to do here? Double tap, baby. I heard him breathing on the other end of the line. So I'm going to click redial. Hopefully what we're looking for here, this technique for those that have never seen it, sometimes when you connect on a dialer, any dialer, they will hang up the phone quickly for whatever reason. They didn't hear you. They didn't have the phone close enough. If you double tap, you call them right back. Odds are they're going to look at it and say, okay, what? And that's what I'm looking for. Let's see if Sunir does it.
Okay, quick tip. If someone cuts you off at the beginning of the call and they say, this is one that Kevin and I disagree on violently, but most things we agree on. If someone cuts you off and goes, hey, I'm sorry, I'm so busy. Kevin's of the opinion that he's just let it go. Let the fish go.
Or if they're busy, you don't want to push it and you just let them go.
Yeah.
Let them go.
And look, there's good reason and rationale behind that, right? So the logic is this. If they're not going to engage with you, they're not going to engage with you. So why push them? Now, my approach has always been to ask them when's a better time, like I did just now on this call with Boris. And the reason I do that is because sometimes they'll follow up with, sorry, who is this again? What's this about? And they give you a little bit of bitty window to get in there and just to ask an additional question or pitch a little bit. If they don't, but it's a good way to get one more shot before they go. Look, people are legitimately busy, but typically any objection you hear in the first 10 to 15 seconds is a brush off objection. Brush off objections are the kind of objections that we get usually because of how we sound. Once in a while, they could be legitimate. The rest of the objections we tend to get after the first 15 to 20 seconds can often be categorized as like legitimate business objections. Things like, we don't have any budget for the next year. We just laid off our entire department. We're not bringing on a new tech or whatever it might be. Those are legitimate. Both are going to be handled in the same way, but with different responses. And the way that we always handle objections is the first thing you got to do is you got to tell them, I hear you. Got to acknowledge what they say. So it's, totally get it. You guys are going through layoffs. That must be really frustrating. I can only imagine how much stress you've got. The second thing is you reply to what they said. That said, actually, the reason why I was reaching out was to see if we could help you be more cost efficient as you move forward with your sales. And then you get into your ask for a meeting or what it is that you want. Would it be crazy if we found some time to just chat further when I'm not cold calling you? So I'm going to keep dialing. Let's see if we can get a live one where I actually show you guys how it's done.
Hey, Danny, happy Tuesday.
Got one.
Yeah, this is Chet with the Sales Doctor. Does my company name sound familiar? No worries. Real quick, I called you specifically because I work with sales leaders at different types of logistics companies. And essentially what we do is upskill the reps and frontline managers. So, at the end of the quarter, when they report their numbers to the board, they're met with praise instead of scrutiny. I'm not expecting to have a conversation with you about this today. Frankly, I only have a few seconds myself. Would you mind if I ask you a couple quick questions to see if it's even relevant for me to send you some information on what it is we do exactly? Gotcha. When did you leave Overhaul? Oh, no worries. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't see from LinkedIn, so I make sure that I check the world's largest professional network directory before I make these calls. So I apologize about that. But hey, best of luck with the entrepreneurship journey. It's terrifying and exciting all at the same time. All right, Danny, have a good one. All right. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, what happened there?
Yep.
I went on an entrepreneurship journey as of last year, but he still got his, in all fairness, he does have open to work as his banner, but he's still got his current company as present. So I was a little skeptical of calling him because I saw the open to work banner, but he still had director of sales overhaul as his job. So my thought process was, that was an interesting play because I was either expecting him to go, oh yeah, I just got let go, or I quit. I just haven't updated my LinkedIn experience or something like that. If you brought that up, was not expecting him to say, oh yeah, I went and started my own company last year. We're in May, buddy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the largest professional networking platform in the world isn't good enough for you.
You got to love that reply though, Chet, that you gave him, which was the largest professional networking platform. I'm checking it says you're still there.
Professional communication directory. Yeah.
That was great. I like that. I might steal that line from you.
This is Kevin with the Call Guys. Sundar, how are you? Yeah, my name's Kevin Hopp. I'm the co-founder, actually, of a business called The Call Guys. Sundar, look, I know I'm a bit of an interruption here. Caught you out of the blue. You got a minute and I can explain why I'm calling? Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Didn't know you were in a meeting. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, so Sundar was in the middle of a meeting. Could hear a bit of background noise.
Why does he answer the phone?
Yeah, sometimes I want to say that back, but I don't want to be rude to this guy. But I do want to say,
definitely not worth it.
Like, why? Like the response sometimes in my head is, "Oh yeah, Sundar." When I'm in a meeting, I always pick up the phone, which is a lie, right? If you're in a meeting with me and my phone gets a cold call, I go like this. I look at it and I go, click on the side. Oh, check out my sticker, by the way. Isn't that cool? I click it on the side. And if you click on the side, it actually will mute the call and not take it. Because if I'm busy, I don't have time for a cold call. But I think part of when you become an executive, like the first board meeting, the board looks around the room and says to everybody, hey guys, it's really important you guys all start your day with your morning affirmation. Your morning affirmation is, I'm not interested. Thanks for the call. Top of your list. And then remember, guys, after you finish your affirmations, every time you're in a mission critical make or break meeting, pick up your phone when you don't know the number. And then the board director says, all right, make sure everyone's going to do that this week and next week and the week after. All right, good. Now on to corporate finance discussions. So I want to share a little bit. One of the things with our new sponsorship with Connect and Sell here, share a little bit of under the hood. So this is Connect and Sell. All I did here, you can see my hands. I am calling about 3-4 people here at the same time. I'm not calling them. Connect and Sell is a platform that does all of the hard work of dialing for you. Hey, this is Kevin with the Call Guy. How you doing today? Oh, yeah, David, look, I know I'm a bit of an interruption. Did I catch you with a minute to have a conversation, or are you heads down, can't chat right now? Oh, you're not David. I guess that's my first problem. I was trying to reach David at account. All right. Got hit with the old, you guys ever get hit with that objection? I'm not David.
I don't know if that's an objection or bad data, but yeah. True story. One time I called a CMO who straight up was like, I'm not that person. Called around the whole company, talked to 3-4 other people, and all of them said, this is the person. I confirmed the number. I called him back and he goes, yeah, I was just messing with you.
It took you a while to come all the way back around to say,
yeah. I was like, funny. Wow, that is brutal. CMOs, in my experience, are one of the worst personas to call.
Ooh, harsh, super harsh one to call.
I know there's some data coming out there about which personas tend to pick up more and have conversations and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing the full report on this one, but I saw someone posting on LinkedIn. Salespeople pick up 7% of the time, but CMOs pick up like 1% of the time.
I believe it. My theory around why CMOs are so tough is MarTech was a space that absolutely exploded in the last, 8 to 10 years. MarTech is just through the roof. The next space that's going to get really hard to connect, definitely going to be cyber and IT. If if you guys have friends in the tech space, probably 1 in 5 of them or 1 in 4 of them work for a cyber company. Cyber is just huge. Everybody's got the next best thing in cybersecurity. So more than likely, that's going to be a tough space where if you're not using a platform like Connect and Sell, it's going to be tough to compete. Be really tough to compete.